on the corner of 25 West Main Street in downtown Vermilion. The Spa at Winnie Mae's is proud to support programming on Coyote News. The Spa at Winnie Mae's, providing salon and spa services for men, women, and children.
Coming up on Coyote News, some students woke up to shattered windshields and broken glass, and one Coyote track athlete got a chance to run with champions.
Also, we catch up on USD's amazing comeback in the Dome. Coyote News starts right now.
Live from the Al Newharth Media Center, this is Coyote News.
Hello, I'm Devin Martin.
And I'm Sophie Heineman. We'll get to those stories and more, but first the headlines with Nathan Finster. Nathan?
Former President Bill Clinton has stepped in to run Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. The Democrat nominee was struck with pneumonia this week and plans to return to the trail tomorrow. The United States signed a new security agreement with Israel today. The U.S. is giving the Israeli military $38 billion over the next 10 years. The deal's the largest America's made with any country and will start in the 2019 budget year. And for weather, here's a look at the Coyote Sanford Sports Complex. It's currently 66 degrees and cloudy. There's a 40% chance of showers tonight and a 70% chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. And those are your headlines.
Almost 40 cars along Plum and Pine Street and 2 buildings elsewhere were vandalized this weekend. There are several leads on the investigation, and people have been brought in for questioning regarding the vandalism. The attacks happened around many Greek houses, but Police Chief Matt Betson says this isn't an attack on the Greek community. The suspects used rocks, boards, BB guns, and even their own feet. Betson encourages people to let the police know if they see any suspicious activity. Coyote News' Heath Nimke spoke to Chief Betson to talk about where the investigation goes from here.
Is there any suspects in this case yet?
We have developed promising leads and several people of interest. I expect that we'll probably be forwarding charges to the state's attorney. I'm not sure exactly when that'll happen because it is a large case and the investigators still have a lot of work to do, but yes, we've identified basically the group, which was plus and minus people each night, so there was kind of a core group and then other people coming in and out. So we'll have to establish all that and get all the information together before we move forward with charges.
What kind of punishment can be brought to people like this for destroying cars and windshields?
Well, it would depend. That would truly depend on how the state's attorney proceeded. They could combine cases. They could do individual cases depending on. Sometimes it's like, often whenever you have like a group of burglaries or a group of vandalisms, what you can do is you can prove specific ones. And even though you're relatively sure that they did the others, it's harder to prove that they did those. So it's really hard to tell. It's a serious misdemeanor or a felony, depending on how the state's attorney chooses to charge it and deal with it. There are a number of ways of doing it, and that really would be in the realm of the state's attorney to figure out how they would do that. And they wouldn't be able to make that decision until we get all the information together and give it to them. It is a serious crime against a property, and the value amount obviously goes deep into the felony level if it's aggregated, put together. But it just really depends on how the charges come out with the state's attorney.
We will bring you more information as soon as it becomes available.
And coming up, USD has a new sidewalk chalk policy for student organizations. And the community remembers 9/11 15 years later. Stay tuned.
This is Coyote News.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
Clotique is proud to support programming on Coyote News. Located on Cottage Avenue, 1 block north of Cherry Street, Clotique offers women's apparel, footwear, and accessories.
This is Coyote News.
Many USD organizations use sidewalk chalk as a way to advertise an event or a group. Coyote News' Levi Goots found out how the policy changes will affect organizations.
With controversy surrounding sidewalk messages written during the 2015-2016 school year, the university created a committee to draft a chalk policy. Some students believe this kind of policy would discourage chalk writing for student organizations.
I don't think the university should restrict what they write because that limits free speech, and everyone should be able to promote their events and organizations on campus.
However, USD officials say the policy is more about how students are writing on sidewalks rather than what they're writing.
The chalking policy, you can only use water-soluble chalk, and you can only chalk in areas where the rain will wash it away on sidewalks.
Grieve asks students to think of USD's mission and values before chalking. For Coyote News, I'm Levi Goots.
Grieve says the university will send notices about the policy to student organizations in the coming weeks.
Community members joined servicemen and women at Vermilion High School on Sunday. They were there to honor those who lost their lives in the tragic events that happened 15 years ago on 9/11. The 730th Area Support Medical Company organized Laps for Life. Those at the event walked a lap for every one of the 2,977 lives that were lost in the events of 9/11.
It means a lot. It's important for me to have something that brings people together and also recognize that day and then the people that were lost on that day. And it's not just the lives that were lost, it's also the lives that were affected.
Many student members were at the event, including 4 World War II veterans.
Still to come, students in North Complex say they're tired of cold showers. And Daniel Keller shares his fashion tips in this week's blog. We'll be right back.
This is Coyote News.
Climbing's awesome because it's challenging, both mentally and physically.
You gotta love climbing because even when you're not climbing, you get a great view.
Climbing's great because I feel like Spider-Man.
Climbing is great, because even my nerd friends can do it.
Climbing's awesome because there's always someone who has your back.
Come to the rock wall and figure out why climbing's awesome for you.
The Coyote Twin Theaters in downtown Vermilion, providing entertainment Tuesdays through Sundays. A proud supporter of USD student media.
This is Coyote News.
Frustration about cold showers has been a hot topic among students living in North Complex this fall. While university maintenance reps had no comment on the cold showers, that didn't stop students from sharing their thoughts and giving some tips.
Every morning, it's a cold shower. I've not had good luck yet with a warm shower. At nights are better, but so far, they've been horrible. I'm super sick of cold showers. I mean, they spend money on stupid things, like 16-inch splash screens at Yo Fest, but yet I have cold showers and one ply.
I'm not sure about every shower, but I know for sure number 2 is cold in the mornings. Unless you turn 2 showers on, then it gets warm.
The university hasn't announced any plans to tackle the cold shower problem.
This semester, the Student Government Association put a portion of its budget toward an upgrade in the muck.
This year, at the University of South Dakota, students have returned to the muck to find 2 brand new charging stations. We spoke with the director of the Munster University Center, Kyle Schoenfelder, to hear his thoughts on these features.
I think they are a great addition to the muck. I think we will see a lot of students, faculty and staff, and guests using them. It's a great way to stay connected and also to keep people's mobile devices charged. The stations are installed in both the Muck Pit Lounge and the Link, and that was decided on a Twitter poll that SGA put out to students.
With the addition of these charging stations, it is important to determine that their safety and efficiency capabilities will keep up with their daily use by faculty and students.
There's always potential with plugging your phone in to a public device and having it be hacked. They're a power-only charging station, so there's no swipe and pay or there's no tracking or anything, so it's going to be more difficult for malware or for hacking incidents to happen. So they're very safe. The charging stations could potentially be a fire hazard, but they use a single 110-volt outlet and they use less power than a laptop computer, so it's a very low risk.
Students can find out more about these charging stations by visiting the FAQ section on the Quick Boost website.
Charging stations are available to all students and staff in the Muck during its normal operating hours.
The Pulitzer Prize is awarded for excellence in journalism, literature, and musical composition. Photojournalist Robert Cohen, who won the prize in 2015, is on campus to talk about his experiences covering the protests in Ferguson, Missouri. Crystal Schoenbauer is live in the Muck. Crystal?
Thank you, Devin. I'm here with 2015 Pulitzer Prize winner Robert Cohen. His photos were taken of the protests in Ferguson last year. Thank you for being here today, Robert. So tell me, what is going through your mind when you were in Ferguson last year taking these photos?
It's a lot of work. You're watching history being made in your town, and it's a community story. It's community journalism, but after a couple of days of covering it, you realize you're watching Ferguson history and St. Louis history be written.
Some of your photos show that, you deal with a lot of danger. What compels you to be in the middle of the action?
You're just there doing your job. You're just there trying to tell the story the best way you can, and you try to make smart decisions. They're not always as smart as you wish they were, but you want to be there for the long haul. You want to be there to cover the story. We're still covering the story. We're 2 years in, and there's new developments all the time.
This isn't your first time as a Pulitzer finalist. What was your reaction when you found out that you were the 2015 winner?
Well, I'm among a staff of 8 photographers, and it was a staff prize for the Post-Dispatch newspaper. We've gotten close before. We were a finalist in 2008 with coverage of a city hall shooting, and then I was a finalist in 2010 for coverage of suburban homelessness. So to finally receive the prize was, it's humbling. It was exciting. It was gratifying, but at the same time, it's a prize that doesn't bring back an 18-year-old's life, and so it's one we take humbly.
Thank you, Robert. If you would like to learn more about Robert's experiences, he will be speaking tomorrow at 7 in the Al Newharth Media Center. Live from the Muck, I'm Crystal Schoenbauer.
As summer comes to an end, some may be wondering, what do I wear? Well, Coyote Blogs' Daniel Keller has the answers on what should be your wardrobe staples.
Welcome to September, also known as Fashion Month. With designers ranging from Michael Kors to Marchesa currently showing their Spring-Summer 2017 collection, I began to wonder, what can a wardrobe not live without? For myself and other gentlemen out there, I instantly thought of 3 things: a classic pair of khaki pants, a gray sweater or sweatshirt, and a pair of brown boots. Throughout the thought process, I thought of some things for the ladies, and those include a miniskirt in a wide array of colors, a denim jacket, and a pair of white sneakers. So I recently caught up with some of my friends to show you these looks in action. These pieces hold their style value from season to season, and with each wear comes new opportunity for adventure. So go forth, be trendy, and for Coyote Blog, I'm Daniel Keller.
Thanks, Daniel. We will hear Daniel's thoughts on style each week for the remainder of the semester. After the break, UST football begins their home schedule in dramatic fashion. Stay with us.
This is Coyote News.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
This is Coyote News.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the golf teams competed and multiple Coyotes took home conference awards. I'm Celeste LaCourciere.
And I'm Devin Reiners. And also, the football team is coming off a big win. Hear from Coach Nielsen. But first, Nathan Finster has our headlines. Nathan?
USD men's basketball graduates Casey Kasperbauer and Trey Burnett have each signed to play professionally overseas in Georgia. Kasperbauer will be joining BC Rustavi of the Georgian Super League. Burnett is set to join BC Olympi of the same league. They were the Coyotes' leading scorers last season. The ACC announced yesterday that it is moving all neutral site conference championship games out of the state of North Carolina. This comes after the state's controversial House Bill 2 law that limits the legal protection of the LGBT community. This also means the upcoming ACC football championship game set for Charlotte in December will no longer be played there. The new location will be announced at a later date. And those are your headlines.
USD senior golfer Brenna Lervik won the Missouri State Payne Stewart Memorial held Monday and Tuesday at the Twin Oaks Country Club. Lervik started yesterday tied for the lead after she shot a first round 2 under par. After a second round, she shot an even par in the final round to win. This is the third tournament win in Lervik's career. The Coyotes finished 7th out of 15 teams. USD will compete again September 25th through the 27th at the Nebraska Chipin Club Invitational in Lincoln.
USD's men's golf team finished 4th out of 14 teams at the Itani Quality Homes Collegiate. The Washington State event was held Monday and Tuesday at the Palouse Ridge Country Club. Freshman Tommy Vining led the Coyotes with a 1 over par 214 and tied for 12th. Vining shot a tournament best, 5 under par 66 in the third round after shooting a 74 in the first and second rounds. Junior Matt Swanson and senior Cody Seal finished tied for 26th and 32nd respectively. The Coyotes' next tournament is September 26th and 27th at SIU Edwardsville in Madison, Illinois. USD junior setter Brittany Jessen has been named the Summit League Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week. This is Jessen's 4th time receiving the award in her career and 2nd this season. Jessen led the Coyotes to their 2nd tournament win of the season at the Pacific Community Classic with 3 straight victories. Jessen averaged over 37 assists, 9 digs, and 6 kills in the tournament. The Coyotes have won 9 straight matches and are currently 9-1 in the season. Coyotes travel to Iowa City for the Iowa Invitational this weekend.
The Coyotes hosted Weber State on Saturday, trying to rebound from a road loss to start the season. After 3 turnovers, the Coyotes found themselves in a 21-0 hole less than 8 minutes into the game. Quarterback Chris Strevler accounted for 6 total touchdowns and sparked the comeback by running in 2 straight touchdowns and adding a throw to Shamar Jackson, making the score 28-21 at halftime. USD found themselves down 3 touchdowns again in the fourth quarter when Brett Van Rokel hurled in a one-handed 42-yard touchdown. With just 27 seconds left in the game, Jackson caught his 2nd touchdown, capping the largest comeback in Missouri Valley football history. In the second overtime, Miles Bergner kicked a 34-yard field goal to give the Coyotes the 52-49 victory. The win moves the Coyotes to 1-1 on the season. They traveled to Grand Forks Saturday to take on UND for the first time in 5 years. Coach Nielsen says he's proud of how the team fought back.
Football is a game that is a tremendous momentum game, and certainly very proud of our football team and the way that they hung in there and battled back and found a way to win against a Weber State team that I think is a pretty good football team. And I think they showed that today.
USD quarterback Chris Strevler took home Missouri Valley Football Conference Offensive Player of the Week honors for his performance against Weber State. And kicker Miles Bergner won Special Teams Player of the Week. Strevler threw for 173 yards and ran for 125. He accounted for a career-high 6 touchdowns. Bergner kicked a game-winning 34-yard field goal in double overtime. He also made all 7 of his extra points and pinned 2 punts inside the 20-yard line.
That's a look at sports. Next, we'll tell you about a USD sprinter who pursued his dream of becoming an Olympic champion, and hear about where students prefer to study. We'll be right back.
This is Coyote News.
Fostering is when you take in an animal into your home and you take care of them until we can find them a permanent forever home.
If you can find it in your heart to do it, it's rewarding.
We do all the vetting, the neutering, the spaying, the medications.
The Humane Society has lots and lots of great dogs and cats that can pull at your heartstrings and make you realize you got a little more to give.
Your fire attack. 1926.
This is Coyote News.
For some USD student athletes, competition doesn't stop at the collegiate level. In this week's Yote Report, Cassidy Cornell spoke with junior sprinter Gwayne Williams at his experience at the Jamaican Olympic Track and Field Trials.
The Summer Olympics only come around every 4 years. Qualifying for Olympic trials is no easy task, but USD sprinter Gwayne Williams did just that. This past July, Williams traveled back to his hometown of Hanover, Jamaica, to compete in the Olympic Track and Field Trials.
I was just overwhelmed being there, just being back on the island running there, because after freshman year I did not go back after school, so it was just cool just to get back, just to run with some of the big guys.
The qualification process starts over a year in advance. Qualifying times must be ran at an official sanctioned meet.
It starts, I think, June the year before into maybe a month before the trials. And for me, it was pretty easy qualifying. It's not hard to get in. So once you hit the time, which I did. Actually, I did it at my very last meet of the year.
Qualifying for the Olympics is a dream of Williams, but he says that his goal was to gain experience.
It's next to nothing, actually. You know, you're racing against the people who are Olympic champions, and you warm up, you see them warm up, you see them doing what they do before the big meets right in front of your eyes, and it's just something that you're saying, wow. I mean, it's no secret. They're not doing anything that you don't know about. So it gives me hope that, you know, I can one day be at the Olympics.
Williams still has 2 full years of NCAA eligibility remaining, so we might just see him in Tokyo for the 2020 Olympic Games. For the Yote Report, I'm Cassidy Cornell.
And Williams and the rest of the track and field team compete in the annual red and white in the inter-squad meet in early December.
In this week's Out and About, we asked students where their favorite place to study is and why. Here's what they said.
I like to do homework in the basement area below the dorms because it's quiet and no one goes down there and there's comfy couches.
I'd probably have to say the library just because it's quiet and it's just easier to get stuff done, less distractions.
I like to study in my dorm because I've got a nice setup going.
Probably at home because
I can like get snacks when I want. I can go to the bathroom like right next to, and I'm just in my comfortable area.
Have my computer, got my notepad.
I just love just being in my own room and stuff. Nobody bothering me. I can put my headphones in, so my dorm room for sure.
And I can play Smash too if I need a break.
This table, and I like studying there because I get to watch a lot of people come in and out of the muck and judge them.
I would have to go with the muck, and probably because there's music playing.
I guess my favorite place is the third floor of the library, just because it's so quiet, and I just get in that mindset.
I would have to say my favorite place to study would be right here in the muck. I kind of like a little noise when I study, so right here.
That's all for Coyote News. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And be sure to stay tuned after the newscast for the new series Roommates, where an unlikely duo is meeting for the very first time.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Anyone home?
Over here.
A haunted house? Just what I wanted.
No, dude. Right here, man.
Who the heck are you?
I'm John.
You're my roomie, that's what. I'm Bombo, baby. Nice to meet you. Show me the rest of this place, huh? Nice kitchen, roomie. Ooh, my favorite. You care if I have some?
Go for it.
Decent.
How does someone get the name Bombo?
Bombo something else. B-O-M-B-O. It's a pretty long story, but I'll tell you about it over time. There's a couple things you gotta know about me, alright? First thing, toothbrush. Probably gonna use yours time to time. I got my own thing, alright? Second, toilet seats. They ain't for Bombo. You picking up when I'm laying down? Good. Third, I might sleep in your bed time to time, alright? So that's just what Bombo likes to do. And last, the bagpipes. You're gonna probably hear that every once in a while.
The bagpipes?
Yeah, the bagpipes.
Alright, I'll just show you your room now, I guess.
Alright, that sounds good to me.
So this is your room right here.
What? Decent. This is gonna be perfect for my shindigs.
Shindigs?
Yeah, don't worry. You'll be invited to them too. I tell you what though, we're gonna be great roomies. Roomie. So, roomie, my stuff doesn't come for like another week or two. So, am I gonna be taking the right side or the left?
Right or left? I have a futon.
You know, I tend to kick a little bit, so I'll take the left side. Great things are gonna happen, roomie. Great things.